Are you tired of lame old plain skin? Then cover up that boring emptiness with something you hold dear. Much better. No longer will people question your devotion to tacos. Do they have a taco tattoo? I don't think so. Of course, you'd better be damn well sure you want whatever it is you're getting tattooed on your body, as it's permanent. That stuff don't rub out. Trust me, I tried. I recommend spending weeks or even months planning out your tattoo to make sure you don't fall victim to any common mistakes, as there are plenty. Mistake 1. Stereotypes. The beauty of getting a tattoo is the freedom of it. You can get whatever you damn well want. Trouble is, most people are sheep and will just copy one another. As cute as it is wearing matching PJs with your partner, it's not so cute having a similar tattoo to someone else. To decrease your odds of running into someone with a similar tattoo, there are some tats you may want to avoid. This includes tribal work, lions, stars, flowers, Celtic symbols, wings, dragons, and hearts. Yet it's not just the subject matter you need to pay attention to, as location matters as well. You've likely heard the term tramp stamp. This refers to a trashy tattoo located on the lower back. However, you may not be familiar with the modern day tramp stamp. I'm coining this the hoe print. It's located under the boob area, and most people go for the same generic decorative mandala style design. While hoe prints aren't always on display given the area, such people will find an excuse to get their kit off to flaunt it about. Fortunately, nature will work her magic so it eventually covers itself up. Yet while hoe prints can be bad, they pale in comparison to this next one, the face tat. There's simply no escaping the presence of a face tat, as it's always on display and you're kind of forced to look at it. A lot like a humongous zit that is ready to pop, except it never does. Now if you have a face tattoo, I'm not necessarily going to judge you. Okay, that's a shameless lie. I'm probably crossing the street if you're coming my way. And trust me, if others aren't crossing with me, they're thinking about doing it too. Of course, having a face tattoo doesn't mean you're a drug lord or have violent tendencies. Just look at Post Malone. Love that guy. But for many, that's where their mind goes when they see a face tat. So if you're absolutely set on a face tattoo, be ready for judgment. You'll be getting it in spades. Mistake 2. Taboo tattoos. Worse than stereotypes are taboo tats. These are tattoos about sensitive material that may offend some people. In today's snowflake generation, it's almost impossible not to offend someone somewhere.
Ugh, are you watching David Attenborough again? He's so boring.
He's a goddamn national treasure, you uncultured swine. Despite people being so easily offended these days, there are certainly still some things you will want to avoid. First, let's compare some good and bad tattoos. Here we have a tattoo of Spartan warriors. This is a good tattoo. It's non-offensive, lifelike, nicely coloured, and has depth. Now here's a tattoo depicting the 9/11 disaster. This is a bad tattoo. Bad. I'm sure you don't need me to elaborate why. Yet while the offensive nature of this tattoo is obvious, more often than not, the line is not very clear. So let's look at a whole bunch. See if you can spot which ones are A-OK and which are a no-go. Joke's on you. It was a trick. They're all bad. If skin colour itself can be triggering for some people, you best believe a tattoo of almost any nature will rub someone the wrong way. Even something as tame as this cute little bird will prove offensive to at least a few people. Don't you know that some birds steal? Imagine getting a bird tattoo. The audacity! Sorry, but it only really gets worse from there. It's hard enough staying clued up on what somebody might be insulted by, but you also need to channel your inner Doctor Strange to see into the future. Remember how I said tattoos don't rub off? Well, you need to anticipate future events that could cause your tattoo to become taboo. The main tats at risk here are of people. You see, your idols might not be the shining stars of brilliance you perceive them as. And if they get outed for naughty behaviour, you don't want to have a picture of them permanently branded on your skin. Mistake 3. Crap designs. Now we've covered the broader aspect of tattoos to avoid, the ball is largely in your court. There are all sorts of subject matter and design techniques to explore. From watercolours to dot work, there is seemingly no end of tasteful tattoos that will be sure to... Come on, did you really just get a tattoo of a duck eating pizza? Are you good in the head? See, this is what I'm talking about. With a near endless amount of quality artwork out there, people choose to get tattoos like this. And this. I mean, it's the sort of crap you would see someone scribble on a plaster cast as a joke. Now, obviously, art is a subjective thing. Everyone likes what they like. But eventually, there comes a point where subjectivity crosses over into objectivity. And I'd argue it's right here. Like, is anyone really arguing that this tattoo is better than this one? I highly doubt it. And if you are, we need to, stop you from making any serious decisions, because your judgment is donezo. Yep, that's it. No more voting for you. I kid. But maybe it's not such a bad idea. Mistake 4. Misspellings, flip designs, and other mistakes. Having hopefully picked a tattoo you're happy with, it's time for the finishing touches before you get the needle. If there's text in your tattoo, for the love of God, make sure it's spelled correctly. If you don't check and it gets tattooed wrong, then that's just a cover-up waiting to happen. Kinda like how ChatGPT will eventually break free of the internet and start kidnapping people to further its algorithm. Fortunately, it's kind of difficult to mess up a word or two in your native tongue, but if you switch to a different language, that's when the problems really increase. People love getting tattoos with Chinese symbols, especially on the forearm, I find. Nothing says edgy quite like a tattoo in a language you don't understand. I for one wouldn't trust Google Translate here. My foreign language teachers always knew when I used it, so it can't be trusted. Instead, get a few native speakers to check your tattoo text before locking it in. If you followed all these steps, you should now have a nice, inoffensive tattoo that you can be proud to show off. Let's see what you've come up with. Jesus Christ, that's not what I had in mind at all. It's like you didn't even watch the video.